So it's very hard. I believe we are live now. So
Right.
Hilary, at any time you want to take the screen over.
Okay, and you're still going to admit everybody, right?
I'm going to work on admitting everybody as they come in, and I'll be watching the chat for any questions that come up in between. And then at the end, if anyone has any questions, bring them on.
Fantastic. And I'm just trying to figure out how to share my screen. We will get through this.
It's looking good so far.
All right, I'm just gonna slideshow. All right, I think we are good. Can everyone see my screen?
I can.
Yay. Okay, well, thank you, Lisa. And again, yes, this is myself. I have actually got the benefit of and the pleasure of traveling on Avalon Waterways to the Mekong, Cambodia, and Vietnam. So I'm very excited to share my experience with you. So again, thank you, Lisa, for allowing me to come online and share this experience with you. So I am very much looking forward to presenting our presentation today. So yes, as Lisa had mentioned, so today I'm just gonna talk about a little bit of Avalon Waterways, the Mekong River, the special experiences that I was able to enjoy. And then of course, I will pass it back on to you, Lisa. So just to let you know, I'll give you a little bit of a background on Avalon Waterways. We are part of the Globus family of brands. We are we've been in the business for 91 years, and with Avalon Waterways, we are the youngest fleet on the water. Our average age is 8 years. We do not refurbish or rebuild our ships. We only build new ships. So when it comes to Avalon Waterways with the Mekong, we have also built our ships. So I just wanted to go through a little bit of our itinerary that we have, and of course and this is, you can do the reverse as well, starting in Phnom Penh, ending in Ho Chi Minh City, and again you can also do Ho Chi Minh City to Vietnam, Phnom Penh as well. So just to go through, as I mentioned, we build our own ships. Our ships are 245 square foot staterooms, really letting the outside in. It is a North American pallet as well on board, and we have 36 passengers on our ships. Again, Avalon Waterways is all about less passengers, more space to enjoy your experience. So this is one of our little relaxation lounges outside. Again, this is our main lounge. I like to call it the library inside, and that bar chair, so that you're looking on the left, is to the bar right there. And this is our main dining room here as well. And I absolutely love that Avalon Waterways, they are all Asian staff. And the wonderful thing is, by day 2, they know your name. We want you to feel home away from home. So again, really, of course, you do have the Asian experience, but again, you also have the North American palette as well. Our bathrooms are marble bathrooms, spa products as well. So again, absolutely beautiful ships, 245 square foot stateroom ships, really allowing the outside in. So again, I just wanted to really focus on our itineraries as well. And again, just going back to our ships as well with the Mekong, really, we just want our passengers really to kick back in a beautifully appointed glass enclosed lounge, flooded with natural light, and a covered outdoor deck that I showed you at the front of the ship, all while enjoying complimentary beverages. One of several cruise fare includes, again, the cabins, as I mentioned, floor to ceiling windows that stretch the entire length of the wall, and beds facing out the water, as well as Avalon Waterways is always known about. So I'm just going to just talk a little bit more about our itineraries as mentioned. So really, day one, this is where we're going to welcome you into Ho Chi Minh City, still known as Saigon to many of us. But again, our hotel rooms are Globus products, so they are superior first-class product, centrally located hotels, and your hotel rooms are normally available mid-afternoon to check in. Our day two in Ho Chi Minh City. This is the motorbikes, the monuments of and mouth-watering cuisine. And this I want to mention as well. When it comes to Avalon Waterways, you'll always have an included excursion choice. And just to give you an example, in Ho Chi Minh City, you can take a classic excursion that is included. You can take a walking tour of Ho Chi Minh City's the historic landmarks, including a stop at the Rex Hotel for a refreshing drink at the rooftop bar where the US military has held the infamous 5 o'clock follies during the war, then visit the War Remnants Museum and bustling Ben Thon Market. Or you can take a discovery excursion for lunch, which allows you to participate in a hands-on Vietnamese cooking class. And I'm going to show you a picture at the end. This was an absolutely wonderful experience for myself. I always said when I came home, I'll know how to make spring rolls. I've still yet to make them, but when it was there, it seemed very, very easy. So again, you'll be able to learn to prepare several local dishes and how to recreate them at the same time, as well as exploring the city further during free time in the afternoon. As well, during this evening, you're going to join your traveling companions for a special welcome dinner at a local restaurant as well. And also, just to let you know, when it does come to Avalon Waterways, breakfast, lunch, and dinner is always included as well. So again, just a picture of the Ben Thana Market, just to show you. I always say pictures tell 1,000 words. And then day three in Ho Chi Minh City, again, this is where we're going to have the excursions to the Cu Chi tunnels, the secret passageway and underground hideouts. And then we're also going to do a classic drive out of the city for a guided visit to the, as I mentioned, the Cu Chi tunnels, which is an extraordinary network of tunnels, more than 120 miles in length. And this was obviously used as a hideout and secret village by the Viet congregation. So again, you'll also enjoy free time this afternoon and consider stopping for a drink at our famous rooftop bar at the Caravel Hotel as well. And here is a picture of our Cu Chi tunnels. They actually allow you to go and experience the Cu Chi tunnels as well. So if you don't feel, what's the word I'm just looking, claustrophobic, then you do get the experience of going into Cu Chi tunnels and having that experience as well. And then day four in Ho Chi Minh City, this is where we're going to embark on our ship for our 7-day river cruise down the Mekong. And of course, your ship will be ready for you to embark. So we're just going to transfer to the port of Saigon River for embarkation, get acquainted with the ship and relax before your welcome reception this evening. And of course, afternoon, evening cruise to the Ven Long as well. Day 5, this is where you'll have your suites, your sampans, and your sun hats. You're going to discover, we're going to take you aboard a sampan in the morning to visit a local workshop in Ven Long, where you will see how the rice paper and the rice wine and the traditional candies are made. And then in the afternoon, we're going to enjoy the scenes of a daily life in the Kulao Giang Island via sampan as well, and a local motor cart. And of course, your guided excursion starts at a local workshop where a skilled family handcraft sampan boat. Then we're going to visit a local family and their home that makes Vietnamese conical hats or a non-la from materials available to them such as palm leaves and bamboo. And these iconic hats are primarily used as protection from the sun, which you'll see in my very last picture. I actually bought one, and it protects you from the sun and the rain. And as well, people also use them as a basket to carry them home from goods from the market as well. And then of course, our last stop of the day will be a Vietnamese oldest Catholic church as well. And then in day 6, this is where we're going to have a border crossing into Cambodia. And of course, we'll be able to see the colorful markets, the charming locals, the cotton weavers. And in Chao Doc, this is where we're going to take a guided walk through the local market and observe the atmosphere as locals are busy buying and selling fish, meat and produce. Then we're going to embark on a river excursion down the backwards of the Mekong, the backwaters of the Mekong. Along the way, we're going to see traditional floating homes, speedboats, merchants, religious sites, markets selling dried goods, and much, much more. And then after lunch, we're actually going to take again a sampan, which will bring us to a village of Long Con for a cotton weaving demonstration of a well-preserved artisan's traditions. And then we're going to return to the ship to set sail for our Cambodia border. And then, of course, you can see the local markets on the waters here. Absolutely wonderful. The people are absolutely beautiful. It's an experience that I will never, ever forget. And I take home dearly to me every day when I look at my pictures. In Phnom Penh, this is where we get the royal treatment. We're going to take a city tour by Provet Cyclo to visit the Royal Palace with the spectacular silver pagoda and the National Museum featuring an outstanding display of Khmer artifacts. And the remainder of the day is ours to enjoy the city at our leisure. We're also, if you'd like, your passengers, everybody online can also consider a guided optional tour of a local brewery with a free-flowing local beer. And then again, just before dinner, the children from a local orphanage will perform a show featuring a local and dance on board as well. So again, we actually bring a local, as I said, we bring a local orphanage on board, and they do a absolutely beautiful dance for us. It's a wonderful, wonderful experience, again, that is very, very dear to my heart. Again, this is the Royal Palace that we'll be able to go in and see. And then on day 8, we have, this is a dark history or markets dynamites. And this morning, we're actually going to take a visit to Tulang Sleng. And this is the Genocide Museum of one of the killing fields, and offers a glimpse into the art sites inflicted on the Cambodia people by the Khmer Rouge regime. Or again, you can take an excursion that you can visit a lively central museum by a tuk-tuk to see its unique Art Deco design. So you'll always have a choice when traveling on Avalon Waterways. And then after lunch, we're going to depart for Phnom Penh and enjoy some time on leisure ship as well. And then in the evening, we are going to cruise to Wat Hanchi. And then, of course, here's just some pictures of the Tulang Sleng. Day 9, this is where we're going to enjoy a water blessing, have a personal experience of a water blessing. And then also we're going to go back to school adventures. And you can have a choice of visiting the Wat Hanchi, which is a hilltop temple dating back to the 8th century, climb or be driven, depending on how you feel that day, to the top, where you will enjoy stunning views of the surrounding area and partake in a traditional water blessing given by local monks. And again, this is, we as Avalon Waterways, we bring a gift, and then you'll actually get a little red ribbon that will be tied on you from the monk with the water blessing. Oh, and then after lunch, you can also enjoy a tour through the rural village of ANGKOR Ben. And here we're going to visit the traditional Khmer house and interact with children at a local school. And again, this experience just absolutely wonderful. And one thing about Avalon Waterways as well is that we always give back to our communities. And we always pick a different school. We've built air conditioning units in these homes. We've done blackboards or whiteboards we've done a floor for the children in the school. And their tour director will bring you to the school, and you actually before going to the school, actually, the tour director will say, if you'd like, there's a shop, you can go and buy some pencils or maybe a book, bring it to the school, have a personal experience with these children. And every passenger sits with the child and they read to you. And it's learning to the English, and it's a wonderful experience. And then the tour director will get, or this cruise director, I should say, will get up in front and say, what would you like to be when you're older? And, the dreams, it's just amazing. Doctors, scientists, just absolutely incredible dreams that these children have. And I hope all their dreams come true. But again, a wonderful, wonderful experience to allow you to go to a local school and interact with these children as well. Then on day 10, the THOM in the Cambodian countryside, we're actually going to start our guided tour sightseeing at a silversmith village in Kamong Luang. And here we'll see the talented craftsmen use age-old techniques to turn pure silver into works of art. And then in Kamong Tralak, we're going to board an ox cart. Wonderful experience there as well for a ride through the beautiful Cambodia countryside. We really try to bring the local culture, the local experiences into your cruise, into your tours, into your experiences, your itineraries. And then, of course, we're along the way, we're also going to take you to meet a local farmer and learn about his daily life as well. And then in the afternoon, you're going to enjoy scenic cruising on the Tonle River. And then we're going to cruise into Phnom Penh. This is, as I said, this is myself and a co-worker of mine. This was our great adventure on our ox cart ride through the countryside of Kampong Tralach. And as I said, just doing the local culture, experience absolutely everything that you can. It's a wonderful, wonderful experience. And then again, this is also, I just wanted to share as well. Here, this is day 11 on Phnom Penh. This is where we're actually going to disembark into Siem Reap. And we're going to get a pilgrimage of an inspirational beauty today. After lunch, we're going to, I should say we're going to actually fly to Siem Reap, which is the home of the temples of Angkor Wat, considered by many to be the most spectacular architectural ruins of Earth. And then after lunch, we're going to begin our sightseeing tour by a tuk-tuk, again, really bringing the local culture into our tours to explore the temples. Start at the best preserved and most famous of all the temples, the Angkor Wat, which is featuring a 5 trademark towers. It is the symbol of Cambodia. Then we're going to visit Angkor Thom, where you'll explore the Bayon Temple, which goes back 200 striking faces carved in 54 towers, an impressive bas-relief sculpture. Or again, you could take an active excursion visiting the Angkor Walk, the Angkor Thom, or the Bayon Temple by bike. And then the evening is yours to explore the charming Siem Reap, staying to the witness to the sunset at Angkor Wat. It's an absolutely wonderful experience, and you'll also be able to take an optional excursion to see the Cambodian circus. Now, when it comes to Avalon Waterways, you've heard me say classic active discovery excursions. You'll always have a choice with Avalon Waterways. Our classic is our must-see sites. Discovery is more hands-on, more engaging, like the cooking class. And then our active, as you can see, is visiting the Angkor Wat and the Angkor Thom and the Bayon Temple by bike. You don't need to be active to go on any of these excursions, but they're a little bit more on the go. So just to let you know that as well. So again, when it comes to Angkor Wat, one of my lovely pictures that I was able to take 5 o'clock in the morning when the sunset came out, there's plenty of walking today. And of course, we leave the hotel at 8:30 in the morning to get the picture taken for the entry tickets. And then we'll have a guided walk through the temple, which is of course through shaded areas because it is very hot as well. And just to give you a little bit background of Angkor Wat, the temples of Angkor. Angkor, it was constructed between the 9th and the 13th centuries. The temples were built around the Khmer interpretations of Indian religions and political beliefs that ultimately evolved from Hinduism and Buddhism as well. The complex architectural grandeur of the Angkor temples are arguably unmatched among ancient ruins anywhere in the world. First, we're going to visit Angkor Thom. Then we're going to see the Bayon Temple, as mentioned, one of the few Buddhist temples in the Angkor. It features some, as I mentioned, 200 striking faces carved in 54 towers and impressive bas-reliefs. Our next step, again, will be preserved, and the most famous of all the temples is the Angkor Wat, as you can see right in front of me, honoring the Hindu god Vishnu. And this is a trademark, 5 trademarks, as I mentioned, 5 trademark towers, as you can see right here. And it's absolutely stunning bas-reliefs. It has become a symbol of Cambodia. And here, again, you'll be joined by an archaeological from the Aspara Authority that will go through all the details with you. Here's another picture of me in front of the Angkor Thom. And then again, as I mentioned, we'll also see the Bayon Temple, and you can see the faces right there. As I mentioned, over 200 striking faces carved in 54 towers. And then on day 12, this is where the roots carved in stone and celebrated in dance. And you'll have a choice here again. The classic excursion will be continue your guided sightseeing of the Angkor temples at Taprom. The tree roots covered the ruined walls, which I'll show you a couple of pictures in the next couple of slides, where you'll experience the temple with the same wonder as early explorers. We're gonna visit the Batcha Seri, a unique temple of a small scale from red stone, which can be carved like wood. And then en route, we're going to stop at a local village famous for making kamar noodles by hand as well. Then we're going to spend the afternoon, of course, at your leisure. And then you'll also have a choice of taking an excursion to an optional excursion to explore Siem Reap a little bit more by tuk-tuk. And then in the evening, the discovery excursion will be a private Apsara dance performance with dinner, which is also included. You'll be able to see that absolutely beautiful experience through music, song, and dance. Here's a picture of Taprom. As you can see, the roots right through the temples and the buildings here. Unbelievable, these trees. And then, of course, your cruise ends after breakfast, unfortunately, but there are a lot of extensions that you can add on to this if you would like to extend your cruise with Globus Family Brands Avalon Waterways, and Lisa and I can help you with that as well. And as I said, I really just wanted to share a couple of experiences that I had done. And these are my pictures from when I was on the cruise. And this is, as I said, when you take the excursion to Prepangkong and see this traditional silk weaving, the village where they do it by hand from their homes. It's absolutely wonderful. They have giant looms from which they make scarves, tablecloths, and other items as well. And then again, you learn how the silk is produced. The picture of the silkworms in the bottom, you can see right in the middle, and the lady explaining this. And of course, we had an opportunity to buy their scarves, of course, which I did. But again, absolutely wonderful how everything is hands-on during this cruise. As I mentioned, the silver shopping as well. Excuse me. There's a lovely family here that are building it from scratch, the beautiful jewelry, and it's family tradition. As I said, we take you to homes. You can see the children working very closely with their families as well. Here is the water blessing. As you can see right here, I am actually getting on my red bracelet. I actually did the reverse. I started in Siem Reap and went to Ho Chi Minh City. And I actually took off my bracelet and left the bracelet at the killing fields, just to say that I've been there and I remember. So that was something that I had done. But again, absolutely. And of course, for women, you have to cover your shoulders when in front of the monks as well. This is the school that I was mentioning, the local school. You can see we're standing on a floor here, right here. And these were the two lovely boys that opened their book and shared everything with me. And as you can see, I bought a couple of books. I've got my little bag there that I bought these lovely children. And, you know, before I went actually, and, you know, Lisa knows me, I have two children. I have a 7- and 9-year-old. But I went and I, to be honest, I went to the dollar store and I stocked up. And you don't have to do this. This was something I did personally. And every child that I saw, I maybe gave them a little car. The girls, they have long hair. I gave them little barrettes. And they enjoyed it. They appreciated it. They appreciate it. And I say because I have children, because they appreciated it much more than my children appreciate it. But, you know, the one thing that I did buy that I thought was absolutely amazing is I bought a beach ball. And we blew up the beach ball and we played like volleyball all between us. It was, again, the most wonderful experience that I have ever had on any of, I've been with the company for 16 years. I've traveled, but I tell you, this one hits home. It was absolutely beautiful, wonderful experience for me. And as I said, Avalon, I just love giving back to the community, myself personally, and I love that Avalon Waterways does it. Now, I just want to share some pictures again, the lovely children of Cambodia. If you look at this little boy on the left-hand side bottom picture, he had a piece of bread. And if you look closely, it is like, it's like harder on the outside and of course soft in these, and he ate it. He just took everything out of the inside first because it's obviously softer, and he just ate the whole inside. It was the cutest thing ever. But again, beautiful children from Cambodia. And then of course, as I said, taking my tuk-tuk right here, enjoying the experiences as well. We try, as I mentioned, we try to get as much local culture that we can with taking our tours and cruises. So here's our sampan experience as well. As you can see, the lovely ladies of Cambodia and Vietnam, just sitting back, relaxing, watching everything that's going on. Just look at the smiles on their face. Not a worry in the world. They are the happiest people. And, you know, one of the other, one in village in Vietnam, when we were in Vietnam, our cruise director said, okay, I'm going to pronounce, we played like Amazing Race. I'm going to give you a list of ingredients for you to make later. And it was like, you had to go to the market and they don't speak English. And it's like the word, okay, you had to listen to the pronunciation. It's like the word to. Well, is it T-O? Is it T-O-O? Or is it T-W-O? It's the pronunciation you have to listen to and go to the market. It could be a completely different ingredient. But one thing that I remember dear to my heart again is when I had been at the market, this gentleman had said, do you mind if I speak to you in English? And I said, of course not. He said, I haven't spoken anyone English since the war. And I thought, wow. And we just had a lovely conversation. It was just, again, a wonderful, wonderful experience. Again, just making the candy. We spoke about going and making the local candy as well by hand. So again, the silk scarves that you get to make. We also visited a brick farm that you can go and they make by hand as well. How one machine can flatten and shape in the bricks. And then of course, the lovely ladies here, they're making candy, making toffee candy, stretching the toffee by hand, cutting and wrapping it piece by piece. And then of course, sealing the outer package with a candle. So again, just a couple of experiences that I was able to make. So here is my Cooking Like a Local. As I said, you get a certificate and you would get the recipes all brought home for you. And to this day, I still have to make them. But I do promise myself after this conversation, I am going to do it. And then here is my hat that I was explaining. So I wanted to take this time and thank all of you today for joining me. And I look forward to seeing you on Avalon Waterways and with our Vietnam and Cambodia cruises. Any questions?
Yes, there was one right now about the currency that you would use. Now, I know if you were booking.
I used US dollars. Everything was $1. Tuk-tuk was $1. The ox ride was $1. Everything's $1. The market, you know, $1, $2. It was, everything was dollars. US dollars. It's always good to have $1 bills. Everything's just $1.
Yeah, that was my experience as well in Vietnam, which I found I didn't do it with Avalon Waterways. I was only there for 2 days on my whirlwind tour. And I just found everyone so friendly, so helpful. I was pleasantly surprised, because I was very worried about communication. English, I found, was widely used, especially by the
Absolutely.
younger people. And so that was amazing. And, you know, for anyone that would be booking with Avalon or any of the Globus products, you can book it in your home currency. So if you're American, you can book it in your US dollars. In Canada, you can book it here in Canadian dollars. But when you're overseas, it is just very handy to have a little handful of US singles with you.
Absolutely. And just also to mention as well is you can see the smile on my face, of course, meeting all the locals, but I think I had a massage every day. An hour massage was like $40. And on Avalon Waterways, it actually is $40 for a massage as well. But the massages that you get, they're like the knuckles and places you never thought you had like needed that massage. I mean, you know, you look at your finger, you think you've got two knuckles, but somehow they found a third in there, and just again, absolutely wonderful experience. And then US dollars as well.
Yeah, and I was going to say, for those that have been on river cruises before, the ship along the Mekong is it's purpose built. It's going to be different than what you're going to find in the European waters, because European waters, they're accommodating the bridges and the locks. And that, where here you've got a little more, you have more latitude when you're building your ship. And plus the numbers are extremely low. I mean, how wonderful is that? 36 passenger maximum on a ship.
Absolutely.
So, so if anyone has any questions, feel free to unmute yourself and jump right in. If not, if you have any questions after the fact, you know, you can always write to me, and I'd be more than happy to get an answer out to you. And I don't know if we have any more questions right now. Do they have single? From time to time, you can take that, but
yeah.
From time
so
to time,
yes, there are single supplements available, and there sometimes are promotions on that. I didn't really want to talk about any like sales right now. We want to be focused more on the destination.
Right.
Yes, there are some great promotions out there. Lisa and myself with Expedia Cruises and Avalon Waterways, we work very, very closely together. We are a wonderful partnership, and absolutely, give Lisa a call, and she'll be more than happy to look into these promotions with you and book this for you. When
absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
And another thing I should actually just say, are speaking about this again, this was a destination theme, but if you are booking a 2021 cruise or 2022, I just want to let you know that any tour that or cruise that is booked with us, when you make a deposit, we actually complimentary include a peace of mind travel plan. And what that is if you need to change your date, destination, or brand prior to final payment, you are more than welcome to do that. So for example, if Lisa has let's think outside of the box. If Lisa has a river cruise booked with us for November 2021, and complimentary, she has received the peace of mind travel plan, and she gets that wedding invitation in June. As long as final payment has not been made, Lisa can now change the date, the destination, or the brand in our vast portfolio. As I mentioned, we have Globus, Cosmos, Monograms, and Avalon up until December the 31st, 2022. And we are 45 days prior is our final payment is due. It's a wonderful, wonderful experience. It's a plan. It's obviously come into effect due to the pandemic, but I like to think outside of the box. And again, it's a wonderful plan that we have in effect right now. It takes the pressure off worrying about what happens. What if I have that wedding? What if I'm not ready to travel? What if there's not a vaccine? I mean, I'm almost positive we're all going to be vaccinated by then. But again, what if? This takes away that what if.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and also with respect to, some people are asking about vaccinations, And what we have here is a very dynamic situation. So more and more people are being vaccinated at this time, but we really don't know what the various countries are going to have going forward, but we're on top of it. We're monitoring it. And hopefully.
Yeah, no, go ahead. I was just going to show you another slide speaking about vaccination. So go ahead, Lisa, and then I'm going to bring up another slide for your clients.
No, it's just a very, very dynamic situation, and I get asked that all the time. And whenever anyone is booking anything, I look at the entry requirements as of today for that jurisdiction. And then, but I let them know at any point in time, these conditions can be updated.
Yeah, so this is brand new to the Globus family of brands. And I'm sure, Lisa, you're going to receive a lot of questions on this as well, speaking about vaccinations. The Globus family of brands, you have 3 options. Number 1 is full vaccination is you could be, as long as it's at least 14 days prior full vaccination, or you'll need a negative COVID test within 72 hours of travel, or you'll need a recovery from a confirmed COVID case in the last 3 months. But look at the last line as well. Globus family of brands will arrange and pay for any required testing to return home. So our number 1 priority as a Globus family of brands is our passengers' health and safety. We have just taken that one step further to have to know all the protocols and all the procedures, and of course have the new health requirements in effect for you to enjoy and feel safe and healthy while traveling with the Globus family of brands. And remember, it's a boutique style cruise that we have. It's 36 passengers. Or we have our Avalon Waterways Europe, which is 120 to 166 passengers. You're adhering within the same group.
Mm-hmm. This is true. And also you've got your prearranged shore excursions through Globus. And so you are traveling with the same, your little pod.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
But, that is a very common question that we get. And as of right now, hopefully more and more parties will be vaccinated. And I'm looking forward to the day when we're not having to worry and concern ourselves so much with this, because it has been stressful for a lot of people that have been traveling, not just for leisure, but for essential purposes. It's been quite troublesome for everyone to keep on top of everything. And that's what we do. That's what we have to do as travel agents. And we have to keep on top of it. And so, I mean, this is what we're looking at. When it comes to this, it's always a snapshot in time. And this is what it is right now, and which is good because it's an improvement from what we've been dealing with, pre vaccines.
Absolutely.
Yes. So if there are any other questions, feel free to reach out to me and I'll be very happy to answer them for you. And I really want to thank Hilary for taking your time today and for joining us. And I know that we're going to be chatting again in the future. We're going to be talking about London. And I think that's going to be like monograms, perhaps, which is your how you can tour a destination on your own, but yet it's guided. You've got it all set out for you. And then we're going to be talking about how we did Globus and Cosmos when we were in Ireland, a very popular spot. But we have a really great question. How hot is hot? Catherine, hot is hot. I can tell you when I was there, it was hot.
Now, yes, exactly. And I will let you know as well is that with the Globus family of brands or Avalon Waterways is that you actually get a pouch as well that holds water bottles. And we constantly are giving you fresh water bottles as well. So just to let you know that as well.
I recall one time stopping and buying a beer from a street vendor just so I could just hold it right here. But then in all fairness, I've been known to carry a water bottle with ice as I walk to the office in Toronto in the summer. So, but it was hot. It was hot. It wasn't unbearable, but it was hot. And it didn't stop me from enjoying it. It was amazing. And you know, the hat was amazing. It really did shelter you from the hot sun. They're just so practical. It's just so, more than just carrying your wares home from the market. You put it on your head and it's amazing how you just cool off.
And it was $1. There's that dollar again, Lisa.
Yeah, yeah. Is it high humidity as like Florida? I'd say so. I'd say so. It is humid. One thing that is quite common is, and it's common in various different places in the world, fans. You hold little fans and you carry them with you. I mean, even in, if you've ever been to a department store in Madrid, they lowered the AC. They don't have the AC as low as we do here in North America. And you'll be walking in and you'll see everyone walking through the department store fanning themselves. And it's just something that becomes second nature when you're traveling. You make sure you have your little fan with you, you fan yourself, and you just carry on. Yeah, so yeah, I can't wait to return. Looking forward to it. All right, well, thank you once again, Hilary.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. And, you know, everybody stay safe. And we are spring, I think, this weekend. So just stay safe. And we look forward to seeing you in the future with Avalon Waterways.
Okay, and I will be posting this on YouTube. Once it's ready, you'll be able to review it again if you like. Take care, everyone. Have a lovely week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.